This is Death Must Die by Realm Archive, and this is a bullet heaven that is, I would say, fairly heavily inspired by Hades, as will be even more apparent as we continue on. And yet, this game definitely has
laws must be upheld.
a lot of its own stuff going on. We're going to take Inner Peace because I like to have some regen. Well, you know what? Here, we'll pick that up. But I'm going to show you why I don't care in just a second. So this is a bullet heaven. There's going to be lots of running around and attacking of enemies.
Summer is here.
And as you can see, in a very Hades sort of way, we're having different gods pop up who are offering their boons, their powers, their abilities for our character to choose from. As we are, yes, let's gain 60% more gold. Why not? As we are attempting to kill death. Ooh, we're going to take one spell projectile. And as you can see, there are going to be a bunch of different things on the map that we can run over to different shrines, or however you want to call them. You can see on the mini map top right corner, little yellowish icon. This one doesn't have a voice. Interesting. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. We're going to do... Shoot, let's do Ravens of Pestilence. I'm okay with that one. There is just so much to talk about with this game because, I mean, everyone just wants to talk about how it's like Hades. And, you know, it has some Hades inspirations, but really, there's a lot going on. And I think, I'm not 100% sure, I think this is a one-person development team, which makes this all the more impressive for everything that's in the game. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm playing on manual aim. I'm not using auto aim. You can turn that on. I just choose not to. Oh yeah, we're taking that one because watch this. Okay, so we haven't even talked about any of this crap yet. Oh my gosh. I forgot to sell a bunch of stuff on her. My bad. So we just took a boon that's going to give us permanent damage increase every time someone dies to curse. So she's at 42.9% now. We'll check in a little later. The other thing you notice is that this game is a lot like Diablo because you have a whole boatload of equipment that you can, well, equip that gives you various bonuses with different levels, different tiers. So everything is tier 1 right now. Tier 2 and presumably more equipment will be added at some point in the game. But the ones that have this kind of reddish color to them is the highest quality, whereas the purple is underneath, and then there's blue, and then I think there's a green, and then the white. And you can see we've picked up some stuff. Those gloves we picked up on this run. And at the very, very bottom of the screen, you can see a triangle, a square, and an L2, because this game properly supports the PlayStation controller, which immediately makes it a win in my book. We're going to choose to gain 15% additional maximum life because right now in the early game, I'm not really concerned. As we carry on, it's going to get grim and I'm going to need every last bit I can get. I do have some wins in this game. I don't know, a handful of them with some different characters because we haven't even talked about how many different characters there are. And I have kind of worked out a general strategy that is acceptable for me. But just because that's a good strategy for me doesn't mean I'm actually going to get those as options. We're going to take another Inner Peace just because health regen is my friend. And we're going to take armor because attack damage will not necessarily be the most important thing. So just kind of talking about some of the different things with this game. Obviously, the thing everyone notices right away is like, oh, there are different gods, and you kind of start in a generic sort of, well, not a generic, you kind of start in an underground place where there's different people and stuff around. Oh my gosh. This is where it gets super interesting. Taking a detour for a moment. Gain experience for every instance of damage you deal. 0.03 experience. Oh gosh, I think we have to take that one. That is a legend enchantment there. Oh man, that is fantastic because we should already have some passive experience gain and 0.3% every time we do damage. I'm not sure. I think it might be anytime anything is doing damage, because I'm just watching the meter as it jumps up at the bottom there without even attacking. So, oh man, this is going to be fantastic. This is great. I don't know that it'll work out.
The daughter bears no guilt for the sins of her father. Taking Mort's gifts was wise, hero.
It may or may not work out. We'll find out. We're going to take another one of Inner Peace. Sure, I'm good with that. The more regen, the better. But obviously, like I said, everyone sees Hades when they look at this game, and I think that's kind of unfair to say, well, it's basically Hades, but as a bullet heaven, because I really think that kind of maybe is a little bit reductive in a way that's maybe just, like I said, it's a little unfair, because the game really is more than that. It has some interesting ideas going on, and I mean, especially with all of the equipment stuff going on, like that's a totally different thing from at least what I remember of Hades. I mean, yes, there's different weapons, but beyond that, you don't get different equipment that you upgrade, or I guess in this game you don't necessarily upgrade, you find new and better stuff.
Of summer. When you face death, do not let fervor force your hand into revenge. Being impartial is a virtue.
And yes, that particular spot right there is probably something that's inspired by Hades, if not outright just, you know, lifted from Hades, where you have the god pop up and they have something to say. But unlike Hades, this game does not seem to have an infinite number of recorded voice tracks. I mean, there are quite a few, and I will definitely give credit to that, and I don't know, they're pretty good quality, I guess. But it's not like Hades, where there's just like, I don't know, 17 bajillion voice lines in the game, and for some strange reason you never ever seem to run into the same one again. This is going to get a little tricky here, because we do not have the upgrades that I would hope to see by now. The difference is that we're up to 66.5% damage, so we've picked up an additional bit of damage, and I'm trying not to just... gosh, got to start attacking them. Trying not to just let these guys get too close. That means some manual attack, even though I want to let the ravens do the majority of the work here, because that's going to give us the damage boost over time. Well, long run, not over time, but in the long run it will. But, you know, you can only do so much. And then just kind of, you know, to maybe, I guess, put a... I think I actually want to do a reroll. Ugh, I don't really want... These are the exact same ones. Sure. I don't care, we'll just do that. I probably should have just banished some of those. Don't really have enough rerolls here, or alterations. I would actually prefer an alteration in that case, but we don't have any. But anyway, just kind of summing things up, there is something of a story. But it's not Hades. Like I said, it's not. There are definitely some inspirations, and I think it's worth acknowledging that. But at the end of the day, this is not Hades, and there's more stuff going on here. And I think we just got... I didn't pay attention. I think that might have been a rarity upgrade. We'll take more heals. I'm not worried about getting more adept upgrades. Probably should, because that would be better. Because as you can see, there are different qualities here. Oh, that's going to be another 15 max life. There are different qualities of the various skills and abilities that you get with, I think, Legend being the best of all. And the ones that are Legend are these really like over-the-top, overpowered sort of things, like, you know, getting experience every time you do damage. That's amazing. But there are a bunch of different gods. We've only seen a couple of them so far. I kind of have a thing for... shoot, I can't think of his name now. Crom. This is kind of a good one. I do like Lifelink. That's kind of a fun one. I like anything that gives us additional experience or additional curse. I mean, I probably should have taken the other one that just changes damage, or it does curse on attack, but anytime you can get some more experience, that's going to mean more level ups. It's going to mean more potential game-breaking combinations of things. Lose all luck, gain 2 spell projectiles. Yeah. I'm okay with that. I mean, I don't know what our luck was before, but it's 0 now. I'm fine with that. If we can ever get some good stuff where, you know, we have more spells going on, that's going to pay dividends in the long run. I mean, that should have added a couple more ravens to things, and that should have added a couple more meteors falling from the sky every few moments, but here, we'll go ahead and add a couple more ravens with that upgrade. That's actually a really good one for us, because that's going to give us much more damage potential in the long run. Because again, remember, every time we let someone die due to curse, like that guy just died due to curse, that was a very small upgrade of damage, and over time it adds up. Ooh, the Baron's Journal. There are books that you collect, and I don't know what for, other than you can see that was book 1 of 5, and if we stop, we can actually read it here. Countless moons I spent building my legacy, myriad sacrifices made, yet in a mere moment all was undone. A wooden stake, wielded by that perfidious professor. But in despair's heart an obscure path was revealed, an offer from death himself, which I embraced. Soon Helsing will join these timeless realms, and it will be I who shall savor the last resonating mirth. And that kind of gives you a clue of who we're going after here, especially, my bad, wrong button. When this pops up and you see that we're going after the Baron's right and left hand. So, oops, I didn't mean to drop the blue one. Whatever, it's going to be fine. I'm not worried about it. We'll find it on the ground, and nope. There we go, picked it up. Perfect. See, all is right in the world. So we have a couple of gargoyles here, and I'm not going to get the achievement for destroying these guys in under 20 seconds. That's just not going to happen. That is an achievement specific for this character, because the way you unlock additional things in the game, more or less, is by achievements. So there's kind of specific things you're supposed to do. And for this character in particular, which again, we'll talk about all the characters in a minute, destroying the gargoyles in under 20 seconds is one for her.
Let me sleep.
Ah, the three sisters. Let's go with... I don't even know. We'll take life. That's fine. I'm okay with that. I only have one thing unlocked for this character, and that's in part because it's been difficult to get some of the other ones, and one of them is dependent on taking a specific boon, spell, skill, ability thing from one of the gods, which if I see it come up, I will take it just because I want to try to get that one if I can. And then others are just, you know, I'm not finding the right things I need to be able to get what I want. Shrine to the Oni Demon. So fewer adept and expert level offers, but more master offers. I think we'll take the 20% damage against enemies over 50% health. Because right now the skill that this character is running with, and you get one active, I guess, skill, bonus, ability, passive. The passive this character is running with, we'll take Critical Strike just straight up, is increased damage for enemies at 20% or less health. So 50% or higher and 20% or lower. That's going to increase our DPS a fair amount. Here, I'm going to leave these guys just where they are. I want to get back over here because I do recall seeing that there were some additional shrines over here. Ooh, 600 pull area. Enemy barriers reduced by 24% or 0.9 experience per second. That 0.9 is pretty significant, but... Ooh. Yeah, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. I was thinking of taking the pull area because I like having pull radius. But I'm going to go with the passive experience because I'm hoping that even though I know we already have a bunch of experience we're getting with every time we do damage, in addition to having some passive experience on gear, I'm really hoping that this will help get us to a point where we can really get some levels rolling. That would be very, very helpful. So we can take a smaller pull area and get more experience. We can... Ooh, I don't want to give up Master or Legendary boons. We'll just go ahead and take the 6 luck. Luck in this case is not related to getting items. I believe it's related more towards getting upgrades. Will you get an upgrade of, you know, the particular type you want in terms of Do you want a common upgrade, a novice as it is, apprentice, adept, whatever, that sort of stuff? I just, sure, we'll take Divine Shield. I don't even care. I don't really want any of those ones. I want an alteration skill, which will let us get an option from a different god, but we don't have that right now. So kind of going back to the different characters in the game, there's 5 different characters, or is it 6? I gotta think for a second now. Because we have the baseline character, which is the knight, and then you have the wizard, and then you have the assassin, which is who we're playing as today, and then you have the Highland warrior, and you have the orc or half-orc. So I think it's 5. I don't believe I've left anyone out in that. I might have, but fine, we'll take consecration. Do some damage back. That one's not a bad one. I was just looking for something a little more impactful than that. I mean, I'm kind of surprised we haven't died yet. I mean, really, this is not a very good run. It is what it is, but it's not very good. Good grief. Sure, we'll just apply curse because we need it anyway. It'll work out in the long run. There's maybe a different one I was hoping to take rather than that, but that's fine. There you go, have some curse. Hey, I said have some curse. And then die to the curse so that we can keep cranking up our damage. Here, we need to hit this guy. This is going to be experience bonus for a little while. Definitely take that. I love that every time you kill one of those guys, it sounds like a can is being cracked open. It's just hilarious to me. We're going to take some additional critical strength. We'll take the more adept offers at this point. We already got the plus 20% healing once. I don't know, I mean, you should probably take it again to really just make the healing work. The thing I don't remember, though, is if that healing applies to all healing inclusive of regen, or is it just the items you pick up? Because there are little hearts on the ground from time to time, and those ones will give you some health back. Hey, you need to be cursed more. There you go. You need to be cursed more so you can die. Ooh, excellent. Shrine of Music. We're going to take the experience again, because that's going to give us a lot of experience, a lot of passive experience, and then once you combine that with what's going on here with all of our experience by way of doing some damage, that's not too shabby. So we'll go ahead and take Meteor Shower, just because that's going to give us one more projectile. I'm kind of okay with that. Just taking a quick peek here, we were up to 140% damage. We started at like 49%. So that's in part how we're able to survive at this point, as that damage has just gone up. I mean, that's kind of hard to argue with, you know? I mean, we can hit these guys pretty dang hard. We'll go ahead and grab the Stone Collecting. That's the magnet that's going to give us all the experience that was lying around that we haven't yet picked up, or at least within some range. I'm not sure if it's an infinite range, but go ahead and take some more spell damage, and sure, we'll take Combust. It's going to give us a little bit of additional damage. When enemies die to burning, they'll go ahead and explode for us, which is great, because we do have multiple fire things going on. I mean, at some point, I end up spreading things a little too far, but it also kind of depends. Like, if you're not getting the stuff you want, well, you just got to start taking the things that you think are going to be helpful, like in this instance, where I know we're going to have another round of, wow, we've got a novice, a master, and a legend. The red dragon fights alongside you, burning enemies with its breath. Yes. 126 to 166 damage, 1 attack per second, 600 square feet, and it moves at whatever 400 is. I have not had this yet. I am excited. Let's fight with a dragon. That sounds brilliant. But as I was saying, I knew we were going to have another instance here where we would get a lot of enemies at once, so it made sense to me that Combust could be useful in this case, because it's just going to be some additional damage, and as these enemies explode, it's creating a little knockback to push them away. Heals, regenerations, and life steals. You know what? We're just going to take armor because we need some defense at this point. This dragon is great. I mean, look at that guy. It is just shredding crap. I think maybe our damage buff is applying. I'm not 100% sure. But if that's the case, I'm happy, and if not, maybe spell damage or something is applying to it, because it seems like it's doing some damage. I guess we'll go with necromancy. So now we'll get some skeletons that'll be summoned whenever guys die, and if they are summoned from an enemy that dies that's cursed, it'll be even better. They'll live longer, all the things. How you doing? You are not a skeleton. These are our skeletons. This is our skeleton army. I'm making a point of stopping to pick up all this stuff here, because holy crap. You know, this game does have some difficulty to it where you... Oh yeah, we'll definitely take some more armor. After you beat the game the first time, you get some additional difficulties that you can choose how to ramp up. I think this is either at default or slightly above default. I don't remember. I definitely don't have a build that I can figure out yet that is good enough to get through like the really crazy difficulty. I'm I'm still working on that. I didn't mean to grab that one. I actually meant to grab the other one for more armor. My bad. Whatever. It'll be fine. Or it won't. It doesn't matter. That's a Shrine of Greed. As I said before, the items, there's different tiers to the items. I believe all of them are tier 1 right now, but updates for the game are pretty fast and furious. And like I said, I think this is a solo developer, which, if so, is just absurd what this person is doing. We're going to go ahead and take the upgrade to Meteor Shower, so it's going to go from an Adept quality to an Expert quality, which reduces its cooldowns, among other things. This guy's doing good damage, so I need to be careful here. And maybe get on the other side of him. There we go. He got roasted. We'll go ahead and take that very high quality drop. Mort doesn't have much to say. That's fine. We'll take another Ravens of Pestilence, because that's going to give us more Ravens, which gives us more Cursed. And more Cursed means more better, basically. Haven't even really talked about dashes in this game. You start default with 2 dashes. I think there are items that can increase the number of dashes you get. There are definitely shrines that can give you more dashes. We'll go ahead and take the pull area now, because I think we have enough passive that I would actually feel a little better about being able to draw all this stuff in. You don't always find magnets in this game, so you're not able to rely on those dropping as frequently as maybe some other games, so you do want to sometimes have a little more pull radius. You know, it's funny too, because my favorite build right now revolves around insane pull radius and picking up the gems. It can be very awesome. You can do some really fun stuff with it. We do have some different things when we get back to the main base area. I'll show you what's going on there. We have some vendors, we have a library, we have some different things that are hanging up on walls to celebrate victories and all that sort of stuff, different trophies. Trying to be a little careful now, because we are getting closer. Let's take the spell area. I'm okay with that. I'm hoping that it'll increase the dragon spell area. That's why I wanted that one. But we are getting closer to the point here. This is going to be a 20-minute run. I didn't say that off the drop of everything here. Let's take skeletons. We'll give them a little more life. That's fine. I mean, at some point, they can become overwhelming for your enemies. We don't really have the right build to make that happen, I don't think. But just the same, you know, we can try. Certainly take what we can get for them. They need to move a little faster. That's my only gripe with them, and I think if they moved a little faster, they would be completely and utterly overwhelming. So it's probably a good thing that they're not. Let's drop. I was going to say, I feel like we're getting pretty close on inventory here, so I just want to make sure that we get rid of the crap that's the low quality stuff, because we don't care about that. Go and take another necromancy. I really should take that lifelink skill, because having a good dash skill or good dash ability sometimes is the difference between winning and losing. And lifelink is a pretty darn good one. I do like it, but there are some others that I like as well. Like, I like going for ice-based builds too. That can be a lot of fun, because you can really ramp up the damage with the right combination of things. But so far, we're doing okay, so I'm not too too worried right now. Here, we'll go ahead and take some additional life. It's not much, only 3%, but you know, whatever. These guys, I need a little more movement speed to be able to stay out of the range of them. I mean, obviously you can dash out of their range, but it'd be a little better if we had more movement speed, but it is what it is right now. Go ahead and pick up that guy. Here, let's go. Oh, we have another boss fight coming up because you can see the flames are up, so let's do... Ooh, we're going to do protection. I should probably do the healing, but we'll do that. That's fine. We're also going to have a bunch of guys appearing. I mean, we have a lot of these flying ghostly guys and a lot of the shield dudes. And there's our shield boss. There he is, the gold one right up there at the top. He just ate it. Yeah, we're actually in an okay spot right now. I think we might pull a win out on this one. I'm not sure. I don't feel like we're quite there yet, but I feel like we're doing well. I mean, we're up to 168% damage. The dragon is taking a bunch of kills, so I think because of that, we're not maybe doing as well as we could. Let's go ahead and take lifelink. At this point, I'm okay with that. So now we have a skill that when we dash, it's going to do some damage to all the surrounding enemies, or a few of them. There is a limit to the number of links you have. But if our life is low enough, it's also going to do some health steal, which, yeah, I'm all about the leech. That's good stuff. Although, I think I generally do better when I just have passive heal, rather than trying to live on life steal. I say that kind of like these games generally, not necessarily this one. Kind of seems to be the way it happens for me. We'll go ahead and take... sure, we'll take that one. I mean, whatever. It doesn't matter that much. I didn't really care for any of those. I'm trying to pick up the big gems here, the yellow, orangish, whatever, reddish ones. That's what I was looking for, not yellow. Red. Those are the bigger ones. Go ahead and take that. Give us some more maximum life. Ooh, Shrine of the Fates. Let's get some alterations. I can show you those if we get something we don't like on the next level up here, which isn't too far off. We're getting there. Really do need a lot more pull range because we are leaving a lot of stuff behind. I mean, this is not ideal, and that's in part because we have a dragon, we have meteor showers, we have skeletons, we have stuff going on everywhere. We'll take 40% summon damage. Oh no! Ghosts attack!
Let him feel the heat.
Whatever shall we do? Not gonna worry about it. Here, I'll go ahead and show you alteration right now. So if we take an alteration, we have Summer, Goddess of Fire. We are now switching to Mort, Daughter of Death. Let's do Soul Stealers, because I'm not worried about a 20% damage increase when we're up at 170. But more, oh yeah, more Cursed gives us more chances for additional damage increases. So we are getting very close to the end here. You can see we're down to the last minute. We're at the 19-minute marker. Ooh, we can get another book. Nope, wrong one. There we go. Got another book. I think this is the first run where I've gotten 2 books in a run. That's fantastic. 8% heals, we'll take that. Yep, we've already gained 36% damage in this last minute alone. I mean, we still got a few seconds to go. Yeah, this is good stuff. I'm trying to prioritize getting to as many shrines as I can before we run out of time. There's a shrine to Crom. We'll go ahead and take spell area again, because that's going to be what I care about. And we got 5 seconds before we are locked down. Here we go. We'll get one last shrine. Look at that. 100% damage right when Dracula, Baron of the Outer Circle, arrives. Excellent. All right. Where are you, Dracula? You look just like the dragon. That's very confusing to me. And you got absolutely wrecked in like 3 seconds flat. It was great. So let's drop some crap that we don't want. I mean, that weapon's not going to be any good compared to any of them that I already have on anyone. And I think we might need to drop one more. So here. Oh no, that was good. Okay, we can I can pick up one of them just to have something to sell. So 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, all done. That is a successful run. That was outrageous. Fire Dragon, look at that. 410,000 damage in only 12 minutes. Was not the best DPS Soul Stealers was, interestingly enough. That's very curious to me. I mean, whatever. Attack was doing pretty decently. It got upgraded to Deadly Strike at some point, so you can basically see all the stuff that you picked up along the way as we continue on here. We'll load into the main area again. So the Star Crux right here is where you can choose. Oh, that was a default difficulty. Don't I feel crap now? It's fine. You can add some additional difficulty to things. You can, max everything out. Basically, 30 is going to be the maximum that it goes up to, if I remember right. Yeah. There's no way I can survive at 30, but it is what it is. Over here, you have your library where we can browse and add some additional books. There's the Baron's Journal, and then there's the Necromancer's Journal. You can see I've been slowly working on some of these here. There's book 1, so that's good stuff. Over here, you get your Scriveners. This is the attachments, the achievements. Who did I miss? Oh, no, I didn't miss one because there's a party one as well. Look at that. Some party stuff. So some different characters there. Those are the achievements. We got Dracula's Wing. I should mention all the characters have their own style too. You can see that Nixie, or whatever her name is, when she speaks, has a different way of talking. Can't talk right now. And then Averon over here is a little more, Nixie's very edgelordy, I should say. Averon's a little more prim and proper. Kront is an orc who has terrible spelling and grammar, and yet he's very noble and is a really cool character. I like him a lot, actually. Over here we got the stash where we have multiple different boxes up top that you can scroll through so you can see all the different stuff you've collected along the way. Didn't realize I had something in there. Oh, I put that one in the very last one, apparently. And then over here we have the tree. This is a holiday thing going on right now, and then this is where the last character we haven't seen is. And this is how you change your characters. And you can see I've only unlocked one achievement for Nixie yet. For others, I do have multiples or all of them unlocked. I got to tell you, this is a really fun game, very enjoyable. If you like Hades, if you like Bullet Heavens, if you think that mashing up those games along with a whole host of its own original ideas sounds like a good idea, totally and fully recommend. It's only like, I don't know, $5, $6, $10. It's not super expensive if you have it in your budget. Totally and absolutely recommend playing. Very good game, a lot of fun. Looking forward to future updates because this game's not done yet and there's more stuff coming. Catch you another one till, and thanks for watching. See you later.